Hello, everyone. I'm glad to see you all today here at the Wolf Summit, the multinational hybrid conference this time. It runs today and tomorrow, and I'm sure it's been amazing so far for all of you, and you're probably awaiting the next day, which I'm sure, again, will be very exciting. I hope you're all dressed up, although, it's like hybrid. Some of you are maybe there, and most of us are using it virtually. But I hope you dressed up for the occasion. You're all smiling, geared up, and ready to make this the best event for yourself. Well, we are still in Corona time. Everything has gone crazy. Number of unemployed, numbers of infected people. We are now nearing 35 million worldwide. Of the over 1 million people are dead, sadly. And some of us are already in the beginning of second wave or about to get in second wave, and all this is freaking depressing. Let's say the honest truth. It's really depressing. It affects us on a daily basis on everything that we do. No doubt that we know now that Corona is the big equalizer. Well, at least it was I would say the first wave around February, March, even April. It seems that it doesn't really matter who you are exactly, if you're rich or poor, if you're driving, I don't know, a Ferrari or a Fiat Panda. It doesn't really matter because we were all the same. We were all under lockdown. And the fact that you're wealthy or not, or clever or not, didn't do much for you. Well, I think now things are really changing. So Corona is a big catastrophe. It's an enormous crisis, but it holds inside also some opportunities that I would like to discuss it with you today. For sure, we can see up front and tell that healthcare, telemedicine, everything done remote is now taking over our lives because this is the new normality. Okay, this is not the day after, but it's the new normality. We now use endless applications. It says where you are, you've been next to someone infected. All of a sudden, our privacy has really, really changed. I'm talking to you from my living room. Probably now you will hear the sound of my kids and my dog. And, when you do meetings right now or webinars, well, the whole family is around you. And this is how it is. Well, in my home on a daily basis, we have 3 kids, my wife and myself, and you can be sure that morning comes, everyone rushes to his room, opens his Zoom, and he gets on with his activity. Well, things are now very different, and it seems that most of it is here still to stay. We see that robots or robotics is now really shifting gear and taking over, again, everything done remotely. Drones are bringing things to us. We are now more accustomed to actually deal with the idea that for some time looks like a science fiction. Now it's around us. We see the digital. Well, the digital has flown light years away, light years. Everything that we used to do, let's say, physically in a way, is now non-relevant anymore. And as much as we missed it, we really wanted to feel, to touch again, to feel physical again. I think we are now getting used to the fact that it will take a long time for this to change. And maybe just because of this period of time, as it gets longer, the more we get ourselves accustomed to the way that we live right now. Well, we learn to work from home. For some of us, it's been reality maybe before time. But for most of us, it was new normality. Now I think it's more of a normality. We study from home. Study from home. Well, I think we can now agree all around the world, or mostly around the world, that remote learning or teaching is not that easy. The fact that we have computer with some internet and the teacher has a PowerPoint presentation, that's not remote learning. And we see the e-learning segment really speeding up to close the gap to get us ready for the new year that will about to open. For sure, this will be the way to go. I know in some countries it's already official. Universities will not open. Schools are not open. Israel right now is on a big lockdown that will last at least a month. So we know that this is here to stay, or in a way affect us enough to leave a mark for I don't know, centuries maybe ahead. We learn to do meetings from home. We do birthdays. We do weddings. We do our exercise. We do, I don't know, HIIT or cardio or weights or dumbbells or whatever. We do everything from home. By the way, we see that service has changed a bit. Now that we can use, I don't know, hairdressers and cosmeticians, well, now they send you a package with everything that you need to your home, and they instruct you. They teach you through the internet. So we see not just the shift, but we also see the adaptation. Now, my speech today is not about, it's not philosophy and it's not, human behavior, but I think that we can safely say now that after this period of time, that is about maybe 6, 7, 8 months, this after day, the new normality is here to stay, and we need to, I don't know to say if we need to adjust. I think most of us are already adjusted. We just need to flow, and it is fundamentally different than what we knew up until now. I think that part of the hardship, the difficulty now, is to continue on running our lives in a state of uncertainty. Uncertainty economically. We don't know if we are still employed or unemployed. We don't know what will be tomorrow. And by the way, even if we stay employed, how will the new situation inflict our paycheck? For sure, we will not earn the same, because for sure, a large portion of the employment market is now getting fired or getting smaller because companies want to sustain themselves in the current situation of uncertainty, of difficulties. So we live a lot of fears about what would to come. So I've been giving this lecture, I think, over 40 times since I think I remember the date, April 30th of this year. And since then, I've done 40 times. And I think I can look back and see what are the changes. What did I speak about? By the way, everything is recorded. You are invited to watch my YouTube channel. All the lectures are there. So I think that it is 6 months into this gives us an ability to see the change rate. How quickly did we as humanity change and adapted to the new normal? Well, the fastest ones to deal with it, I think, were startups. Well, were entrepreneurs. Well, startups. Well, for startups, if you think about it, nothing really changed. Living uncertainty on a daily basis, not knowing what would tomorrow hold, not knowing will we raise money, will we launch the MVP on time? For sure, not on time, but sometime. This uncertainty is part or the main part of any startupper worldwide. Now, humanity, in a way, is in the same situation. Now, the question is, again, how to quickly adapt. And as I said, I think startups were the first to adapt, understanding that, well, if I've developed something for this use, now Corona gives me an opportunity, another option. For most people, it will be, I need to adapt myself. For startups, it would be, I need to take what I have done already. I see the opportunity. I look towards the future and I do something with it now that will affect after. Still, well, we know it takes money, which is now even more difficult maybe to find. And it takes customers, first adopters. We know how it works. What I want to say is that those who are not with their heads into the ground, the ones who are not holding their heads and saying, oh my God, what can I do? But actually doing something about it would be the one that would prevail. Because, well, I don't know if I'm surprising you or not, investments are still ongoing. Startups still raise funds. Well, I can tell you in Israel, Israeli startups during the month of September, just a few days back, raised $1.2 billion. This is money coming from the world and Israel into our ecosystem. So I can tell you for sure, startups keep on going. Funds are still being raised because they are out there. People did not become poor overnight. Funds, VCs that raised money before Corona have the money in the bank. Investors, some of them see, although there is uncertainty, still a lot of opportunity to invest. All this comes into the startup saying, how do I reach this money? How do I behave? What do I need to do right now in order to reach this money, to be able to deliver? I think that one of the big things that startups need to understand that, well, when people say startups, they think technology, where they should think people, because you guys, the startup people, the founders, you are this force that has this ability to continue on developing in times of hardship. You do see a future where others see nothing. Again, just because this was your day to day. For you, nothing really changed too much. I'm here to support and say money is definitely out there, okay? Nothing have changed. Yes, maybe doing sales now became a little bit more difficult, okay? So if you are into the travel tech cluster, well, what can I say? It is difficult. Of course, there are no flights, hotels are shut, parks are shut, restaurants and all that. Question is, can you maybe twitch? Can you maybe go from an international level to the local level? Because on local level, people do go on holidays. People do move. I think in Europe, although, again, talks about going back because of the corona and all, still people you need vacations because they are people. That's our behavior. That's our gene. We need rest. So the question is, how do you adapt to that? Okay, mobility. So smart mobility. So maybe we are moving less. Question is, can you offer us another way to move? Can you support the current change in what you do? And again, we know to say that now for sure we would need to learn how to live with corona until vaccine come. Okay, living with corona is hell, and I don't wish to any of you to get corona because it's really difficult. But what I'm saying is vaccine will come. Well, now they say next year or the year. What I'm saying, this is not forever. The big question is, what you are asking right now is, what do I do until this not forever comes? And this is why you are entrepreneurs. This is why you are innovative, a different breed of people that can come up with ingenuity and make it work for yourself. So what I want to say to you all is that you need to get on your, get moving. Stop sitting around and saying how miserable you are. Get yourself a plan, get yourself a program, and start moving quick. Because by now, people are already from left and right ahead of you. They are competing with you, okay? So remain optimistic. Dare. This is your time to dare even more, try new things, and adapt yourself to the current situation. This is an era that we did not know before, and yes, we need to adapt to it. Show your investor how versatile you are. Show your investor that although there is hardship, you are here to stay. You are adapted. You have decreased your expenses because you are flexible. You came up with new ventures, new income, and you are here to stay. You are not disappearing, have no doubt. Those startups of you that will pass this hard time will be here to stay, no doubt. I think that if you can also keep your customer little, maybe less, lesser of payment, but still stick to them will help you. Get yourself new strategy, deal a lot with marketing and PR, show that you are here to stay, okay? And again, adopt. I wish you all great success, first of all, in the Wolf Summit and ahead, moving on. I hope to see you soon again. Thank you so much for your time. Bye. Shalom.